What's up everyone? To say this brand new head of household has been a complete disaster would be the biggest understatement of the century. So folks, I've also seen the cries for the return of the songs on TV Talks with Tom, so I figured today, because guess what our head of household's called? It's Mickey. So put your hands together folks, sit back, relax as I sing our way into this update. Here we go. You've been around for weeks and you won't HOH. You're turning on your allies and I think you're in a craze. So Jimmy or Reilly, what's it gonna be, Mickey? Or maybe target Rachel now, because why the hell not? I guess we're playing crazy now, at least there's no crockpot. But when it comes to Veto, then you're gonna have to choose, Mickey. Oh Mickey, what a pity you don't understand that when you get the power you just blow up your hand. Oh Mickey, you're so silly, can't you understand that Vince is in charge, Mickey, and not your own allies, don't kill your own allies. As you can tell folks, we've got so much to talk about, so welcome to your live feed update. Right before we get started, if you are new around here, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. I'm here every single day delivering you Big Brother updates in style, I may add. So hit the subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with everything that's going on inside that crazy, chaotic madhouse. Also, hit the like button. Takes all of 0.2 seconds just to click that little thumbs up down there. It really helps me out more than you even know. And also, I do put a lot of effort into these videos, so if you feel like buying me a coffee, then please consider leaving a super thanks or hitting up my PayPal in the description below. But besides that folks, there's three things there: subscribe, like, super thanks, and let's get to the update. Boy oh boy, do I have a juicy update today for you folks. It's a heavy one. It definitely warranted a song in the beginning. I hope you all enjoyed that one. Always a lot of fun making those songs. But oh, Mickey, you're not fine. You're not blowing my mind. Hey Mickey, wow. Mickey has done the unthinkable. She has somehow gone from being the queen, and she has just... Sit yourselves down. Sit yourselves down. If you've been watching feed, you'll know exactly why I'm already acting this way. But if you haven't, she's tanked her own game. She is seriously playing nomination roulette, basically with her own allies. And Vince and Zach are just getting to sit there, almost like they are watching the game being handed over to them for the next week. Not saying they're going to win necessarily, but right now it's like Mickey's went, here, you guys take the reins for a few weeks, and they are very, very happy about that. Because Mickey, of course, we know the sentiment about her turning against Jimmy has been going round and round and round and round and round, and she is still not off that high horse yet. She is seriously considering putting Jimmy up, and I've seen a lot of people saying, you know, I don't get why people are worried about this, or why they think it's a bad thing, because Jimmy's only ally is himself. It's true, but his allegiances lie with Mickey way more than some folks on the other side of the house do. So just from a head of household standpoint, it makes sense to get rid of somebody who is going to be a vote against you rather than a vote for you. Jimmy eventually could be a vote against Mickey, but right now, at least for the next few weeks, Jimmy needs Mickey to get ahead. So taking out Jimmy is just not a good idea. But it brings me absolutely no pleasure in telling you that Jimmy is not the only ally that Mickey is being considering putting up on the block. In a stunning move from Rachel Reilly, a lot of people have fixated on one thing she said from yesterday. She was talking about Ava, but here we go folks. This is where it gets interesting, because Ava is believed to potentially have been a code name for Rachel. I saw this moment on the feeds and it was kind of like a read between the lines kind of a moment where she was talking about putting Ava on the block. You should nominate, she said this to Mickey, you should nominate Ava. Because Rachel found out, obviously, the talks of her being the first jury member. We discussed that in yesterday's live feed update, so for more context, go check that one out. But basically, she got wind of Mickey and Morgan saying that they want to keep Rachel around till jury, but then make her the first jury member. And of course, being the first jury member means that you are locked up in a house for the next 2 months, just waiting around till finale night, basically. And that's where Rachel, I think the emotions kicked in a little bit, and she lost a bit of her drive, because I do think she was talking about herself when she said Ava, because she was talking about Ava has a great life at home. It's an amazing life, and she doesn't need to be in jury, and putting Ava up would be a great move for Mickey. That's kind of what was said, and you should nominate Ava. And it was just one of those things where it was just sad to see an old school legend have just not a lot of fight in them. And we could argue back and forth about if she was talking about Ava or she was talking about herself, but I feel like the majority of folks are thinking she was talking about herself, even though it was a code name Ava. Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. It was a weird thing to do, but also as a legend, as a veteran in the game, I want to see more fight from Rachel. I've got to say, I think it's a little disappointing, and I get that she's missing her family, but aren't they all? I've given Will crap for not. I say crap. I've been pushing him because I really want him to do so well, and I want to keep boosting him up to say he can do it. But I'm going to bring the same heat to Rachel because I don't like when people just roll over when they see a little bit of inconvenience. Maybe it's a momentary lapse because we know that Rachel's driven, we know that she's determined, but she hasn't done an awful lot this season yet. I've been waiting for her to kind of turn it on and really, really ramp things up. But this conversation here with Mickey where she was saying Ava has an amazing life and Ava doesn't want to be sat in jury for this long and you should nominate Ava, while teary-eyed and everything like that, because Rachel has literally no interest whatsoever. It doesn't benefit her at all by taking Ava out. Ava's got Rachel's back, at least for now. She was talking about herself, and I just want to see more drive from Rachel. But I saw Brendan, her husband, said something later in the day about how, sure, she's emotional, but we all know that, or at least he said himself, he probably knows Rachel better than anyone as her husband, and he said she's got fight in her. She's not going to give up. She's going to keep going. And maybe what she was saying was something, maybe she's trying to plant a seed and she's trying to game still, but he made the point of that, half a lie is still half a truth, and you never know with Rachel until all is said and done. So we'll see how that one pans out over the next few days. Now, while Mickey and Morgan are kind of tanking their own game this week, Rachel and Ashley are actually still on the level, and they've been pushing for Vince to be the renom. We are going to talk about at the end of the video who ended up being the renom, but you've got to know all this context of the nomination roulette that happened beforehand. This is always a crazy, crazy thing that happens in Big Brother when the HOH just kind of, you think they've got something in mind, and then all of a sudden it goes and then everyone's on the table. But yes, Rachel and Ashley still pushing a Vince nomination. I don't think that Mickey is going to take the bait at all, even though it would be, you'd be dethroning the head of the snake, the head of the dragon, the godfather, the head of the house. He's quite literally in the best position in this entire house, and it doesn't necessarily make sense to take him out just yet, but when does it? I've seen all people going, take him out later in the game, take him out later in the game. Boy, oh boy, have some house guests made that mistake before when they go, it's alright, we'll get him out in a few weeks. Vince is doing so well. I can't do anything but give him his flowers right now, because he seems untouchable. People throw out his name, nobody goes near him. He continues to game, while his enemies in the game are not necessarily enemies, but people on the other side of the house are targeting their own allies. It's swiftly becoming the Vince show, folks. And if it continues this way, we're looking at probably one of the most dominant, effortless wins that Big Brother has ever seen, if it continues this way. Perpetual porn star Kelly, by porn star I mean she is on the block every single week as a pawn, is somehow skating through another week. With all this chaos, Kelly has managed to basically dodge everybody, and nobody's really thinking of targeting her. It's kind of wild because Keanu obviously has the veto as of right now when I'm speaking, but he obviously did use the veto on himself. We're going to talk about the replacement nominee very, very shortly. But Reilly, Kelly, all of a sudden have a lifeline because of all this nomination roulette. And I think what a lot of house guests are thinking is that when it comes down to the blockbuster on Thursday, they automatically think that Kelly is going to win it. It's kind of a foregone conclusion in a weird way. People aren't really filtering in the fact that the person that Mickey nominated at the veto ceremony could actually win blockbuster. Same for Reilly. But if Kelly wins it, then it's going to come down to Reilly and the other nominee. But Kelly has shown she's got comp prowess week after week after week. She's been able to win something. And also, not only that, but she is able to walk around the house as Hurricane Kelly, wrecking everything that's in her path. But still, nobody's getting rid of her. Make it make sense. Let's take a trip down Big Brother memory lane. Here we go. How did your game change for, I'm gonna say the better, when you joined the Mafia with Matt and I? Who remembers Boy Jane from Big Brother 25? Already people are starting to make the comparison that a final 3 of this season could resemble a final 3 of Big Brother 25, the best season ever. Such an amazing season. Top tier if you ask me. I love Big Brother 25. Hope I hammered that one home. Already the comparison of Jag, Matt, Bowie Jane is being made with, get this, Zach, Vince and Morgan. People think that it's going to be a situation in which Morgan sells out everyone and then she ends up going to the end with those 3. Because she's still chasing Zach. I have been high on Morgan. You all know this. I have loved Morgan so far, but she is perpetually chasing the wrong thing in this house, and I think she's a massive part to blame for Mickey's, disastrous head of household that's been happening, because she's kind of Mickey's most trusted ally. Mickey is still a little bit patchy about her, I think, but I would say if she's going to take anyone's word for something, it's probably going to be Morgan. And Mickey isn't really that... I mean, she's annoyed at Jimmy. She's annoyed at Jimmy for sure, but it's Morgan who's really been pushing the Jimmy renom idea all week long. She is so sick of Jimmy, and while yes, it's so true, he is annoying in terms of the fact that he's always about bravado and trying to find the viral moment, but really he thinks he's eating. The only thing he's eating is out-of-date food, as I keep saying. It's just, he's kind of been a bit of a flop for me, and I find him a bit annoying. But to me, from a game level, I would go, okay, Jimmy's annoying, but he's also going to be a vote for me for now. Let's take out the other side of the house, let's cannibalise them, and then when we're down to our numbers, Jimmy, you can go first. Because that's what happens when you're the worst person in an alliance, or you haven't shown that you are true to the alliance, or that you really care about the alliance. You can stay along for the journey, but don't expect to be there for the destination, because they will get rid of you as soon as they have the chance to do so. But doing so now is way too early, and Morgan has been pressing that way too hard, and because she is kind of Mickey's confidant, of course, she's taken that on board. But yeah, folks, what do we all think of that comparison of the Mafia with Matt and I? We've got Boy, Jane, Jag and Matt versus Morgan, Vince and Zach. How do you think the comparison holds up, folks? I'm not 100% with that one, but it's just something I've seen on social media a lot of people agreeing with. When the veto ceremony came around, the 48 hours prior of Roulette and all this chaos was leading up to this moment, and the feeds went down. And let me tell you, folks, my gut was doing somersaults. It was absolutely just flipping, back flipping, front flipping. It was doing whatever Benson Boone likes to do when he gets out of bed. I'm sure he flips his way out of bed. But it was doing things that was unheard of, and I was terrified. And then the feeds came back. Did Mickey tank her game, or did she make the right move? Keanu used the power of veto on himself, and Mickey decided to name the replacement nominee as Jimmy. Oh, folks. Oh, folks, this is going to be one of those ones that goes down in the history books. Y'all remember when Marcellus didn't use the power of veto on himself, and then Julie gave him a swift smack on the head with the cue cards when he came out, and nobody ever forgot about it? Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. Listen, if we see the back of Jimmy this week on a personal level, I'm really not going to be bothered about that, because y'all know I've been critical of his game. But from a game level, oh Mickey, you're not fine, you're not blowing my mind, hey Mickey. She did it, folks. She did the unthinkable, and she put her own ally up on the block. I know there's going to be people right now going, I don't know why y'all are freaking out about this, and I know Mickey's not gonna, wouldn't have had her back forever, but it wasn't the option right now. It wasn't the best move to make right now, when he still would have been a vote for her for the next few weeks if the two tribes decided to go to war on either side. Oh boy. Well, let's see how this week pans out. Kelly, Reilly, Jimmy on the block. It's a block of loose cannons. It's a block of people who are full with determination and spunk to get themselves off the block. If Kelly does win Blockbuster, it's going to come down to Reilly versus Jimmy, and whether or not the tables are going to turn and maybe they'll still try and get out Reilly is another story. But boy, oh boy, folks, it's a blunder. It's a blunder. Mickey named Jimmy as the replacement nominee. Let's see how that one pans out as the week goes on. That is all of your live feed updates for today, folks. I thoroughly hope you all enjoyed watching. Oh, it was a heart ripper today, folks, watching that move. That was just, I hope the song at the beginning provided some comfort. I know people have been asking for the song, so I thought, hey, now's the right time. Mickey's the head of household, and there was a hit song called Mickey, so I went for it. Thank you, Tony Basil, for bringing us that song. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed today's update. The postcard wall looking fire. We've got some updated stuff on there. There have been some new postcards that have arrived, but I'm saving that. I'm going to do a mail video when they pile up a bit more. I just thought it's special, isn't it? So I'll dedicate a video to that. But if you want to be part of the postcard wall, I do have a goal. I would love to get one postcard from every single state. So I'm looking at you right now. Especially if you're in those more obscure states like Alaska or Hawaii or somewhere, you know, where that's a little bit further out from Massachusetts, let's just put it that way. So folks, I'm looking at you right now. Please help out with the postcard wall by sending a postcard to the address. I'm going to put it on screen right now, or if you just want to send me any other kind of mail. We've had all sorts so far, from coffee to Big Brother hoodies and the most amazing peanut brittle in the world. It's just been so wonderful so far. So if you want to surprise me with some mail or help deck out the postcard wall, then send something to this address that's right here, displayed right next to me. I can't see it right now, but I will put it in the edit, and it's there right now, folks. But thank you so much for watching. Watch out for my Bachelor in Paradise update coming very soon. It's been a very fun season so far. I've gotten really into this show. I've never watched it before, but the wonderful Jess from Matt and Jess TV, who you all may know, actually recommended Bachelor in Paradise to me, so I checked that out. Was having a lot of fun there. So the update for that will be coming tomorrow morning. And also, on top of that, folks, please look out for my challenge update. That one's coming out. The new season just started. Vets versus new threats, or vets and new threats. I'm loving the challenge. The competitiveness of these folks is something that I've never seen before. So I'm really enjoying the challenge. So that one's coming later this week, folks. So make sure you subscribe for that. I'm covering 3 shows right now: Big Brother, Bachelor in Paradise, the challenge. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. But folks, what a chaotic update. I hope that you're all staying safe, staying positive, and staying healthy out there. And remember to be kind to one another. But in the meantime, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, do all of that wonderful stuff. But until your next live feed update, I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.